Society calls this disinterest, lack of passion, or even alienation. But psychology calls it something completely different. If you're the kind of person who doesn't get excited about games, doesn't follow championships, and doesn't understand how someone can organize their entire week around a sport, maybe this was never about laziness. Maybe your brain just works differently. Psychology explains this through the brain's reward systems. Some people experience strong dopamine spikes from competition, victory, rivalry, and group belonging. Others don't. Their brains don't associate emotional excitement with external competition. They find reward elsewhere. Silence, ideas, learning, creation, deep conversations. This isn't a conscious choice. It's how the brain is wired. For many people, sports mean constant stimulation, noise, crowds, shouting, emotional tension. For others, that doesn't bring pleasure, it brings exhaustion. While some people relax by watching a game, others relax by stepping out of the game. And that brings us to environment. Sporting events are chaotic, unpredictable, and emotionally intense. They demand involvement, cheering, reaction. People who don't care much about sports often seek controlled environments instead, where the rhythm comes from within, not imposed from the outside. Less noise, more clarity, less competition, more autonomy. And here's a rarely mentioned fact. Research in personality psychology shows that people who are less interested in competitive sports tend to have a stronger focus on abstract interests, such as art, technology, philosophy, or personal development. They don't need to beat someone else to feel fulfilled. They want to understand, create, go deeper. But culture doesn't help. We live in a society that treats passion for sports as a sign of social normality. If you don't follow it, you seem strange, out of place, boring. But that's a myth. Not every human connection is born from cheering. Not every emotion needs competition. Sometimes fulfillment comes from learning something new, or from a quiet conversation, or simply from not having to prove anything to anyone. But here's an important distinction. Not liking sports is healthy. Using that as a way to withdraw from everything is not. The question that matters is simple. Does this bring you peace? Or does it leave you disconnected? If the disinterest comes from self-knowledge, that's healthy. If it comes from apathy, emptiness, or emotional shutdown, it's time to look deeper. Authenticity isn't rejecting the world. It's choosing where to invest your energy. You might recognize yourself in small details, choosing a documentary over a game, preferring a silent walk over a packed stadium, finding more pleasure in thinking than in competing. That's not a lack of emotion. It's a different kind of emotion. You're not broken. You're just not wired for rivalry. If you relate to this kind of mind, subscribe to the channel. Here, psychology explains what common sense tends to judge. And now, one final question. Are people who don't care about sports disconnected from life? Or are they simply connected to something deeper? The next video will make this even clearer.